Love is real. Real is love. Love is feeling. Feeling love. Love is wanting to be loved. Love is touch. Touch is love. Love is reaching. Reaching love. Love is asking to be loved. Love is you. You and me. Love is knowing we can be. Love is free. Free is love. Love is living. Living love. Love is needing to be loved.
On today's episode of Job Less Productions, I'm going to talk to you guys about different film techniques that directors use in order to clearly portray a specific emotion. But before we start, I've got to shoot a huge thank you to Lev, my director of photography, Brandy, my awesome girlfriend, and Alex for giving me the opportunity to use his beautiful music in order to tell my story. Honestly, this project wouldn't have been possible without these guys. Alright, now let's get to the real juice. So recently I saw The Equalizer starring Denzel Washington. And yeah, I know this action movie has absolutely nothing to do with the project that I made you guys just watch. But the film kind of opened my eyes to different ways that emotions can be illustrated through video. So with this new idea in mind, I decided to give this approach a shot. I knew that I wanted to create something without dialogue, so I'd specifically have to rely on whatever techniques that I wanted to use. Before I move on, I'm curious to hear about some of you guys' favorite movies. So the three techniques that I decided to use to help deliver emotions were camera angles, lighting, and music. So let's talk about my camera angles first. I used several close-ups throughout my project, but one of my favorites was shot during the scene in the bathroom. I did this scene without the pull focus, which is an effect that changes the depth of field, and I decided to shoot it again, this time incorporating this technique. I really liked how it looked after shooting for the second time, because the focus put all eyes on me right before I turned and smiled at Brandy. This was subtle, but definitely worthy of drawing attention to. Now let's look at the semi-over-the-shoulder shot that I used. Generally, these shots are a great way to show both characters during dialogue. Instead, I used it to show character positioning, which is a great way to help your viewers keep track of the backstory. Shooting from a low camera angle is a good way to demonstrate character dominance, or signify greatness of some sort. In this clip, I wanted to show you guys the strength between the couple, Long shots are important when there's a change in scenery because they're used to give the audience a sense of what's going on in the environment around them. It helps tell the story of where. So generally in film, a 3-point lighting setup is used because it allows for lighting of the main subject while also controlling the shadow levels and shading levels. Here's an idea of what that looks like. You have your subject standing where needed, your backlight behind your subject, followed by your key and fill lights. I used a lot of natural light in this project specifically because I wanted to avoid that typical cinematic feel. I thought that keeping the lighting simplistic would also help with the realism and make my viewers feel more connected to both characters. Now let's look at the clip that I showed you guys earlier. Not only is it shot from a low angle, as I mentioned before, but it's also backlit, which helps create a gloomy kind of romantic setup. I think combining these two techniques really sells the romance between both characters. Alright guys, that's all I've got for you today. Thanks for watching another episode of Job Less Productions, and again, thank you to everyone that helped me out with this project. I'm Jamal Francis, and you guys have just been job blessed.